Overthinking is like drowning in quicksand. More you try to stop, more you sink. Most of the people struggle to come out of overthinking, but overthinking becomes infinite loop, leading to endless suffering, because they don't know the science of their own mind. Watch this video till the end, and you will know how to come out of overthinking loop. Imagine waking up, your mind already racing, weaving what-ifs and should-haves, before you've even reached for your phone. Maybe you stare out the window, replaying yesterday's awkward moment for the 10th time, or catastrophizing tomorrow's meeting, drowning in mental noise. You want to move forward, but your mind loops and loops, overthinking again. But you're not alone, and you're not broken. Overthinking is your brain's misguided attempt to protect you from mistakes, embarrassment, and danger. Ironically, it paralyzes you instead. What if you could break the cycle using science, psychology, and a few brilliant mind hacks to quiet your mind and finally start living, not just thinking? What if you could turn your overactive thoughts into your greatest strength? Let's dive deep with real-world examples and practical self-manipulation tricks, and remind you, step by step, that you hold the power to set yourself free. Close your eyes and breathe for a moment. Know that what you're feeling is natural. Psychologists call it rumination, and it happens to everyone. It's our brain's default response when we feel uncertain, anxious, or hurt. But brains are trainable. Neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity. You can literally rewire your mind to process thoughts differently, calmly, bravely, and with clarity. Let's start with a trick straight from the world of improv theater and cognitive behavioral science. When you catch yourself spiraling, name the loop. I'm overthinking right now. My mind is doing its anxious dance. Real-life example. Emma, a marketing manager, would obsess for days about minor mistakes she made at work, convinced everyone noticed them and judged her harshly. Her therapist taught her to pause and label it. Oh, that's my overthinking again. This simple act of naming interrupts the autopilot and gives you the distance to step away from the drama. Try this. Set an hourly alarm on your phone, even just for a week. When it rings, pause and ask, am I overthinking? Noticing is the first powerful step out of the loop. Now, harness the power of scheduled worry. It sounds silly, but science shows it works. Pick a time each day, a set interval, maybe 15 minutes at 6 p.m., and give your mind permission to ruminate only during this worry window. The rest of the time, if overthinking pops up, say, not now, I'll think about this at 6. Emma from earlier planned her worry hour and eventually found she had less and less to worry about when the scheduled time arrived. Notice how athletes prepare for a game. They visualize success, but never endlessly replay their failures. You can borrow this trick. When a worry surfaces, decide, is it something I can act on? If yes, jot down one action, even tiny, and do it. If not, mentally designate it as not my job. Research shows that action is the most powerful antidote to rumination. Every time you move toward action, sending that email you're anxious about, making that phone call, you weaken the brain's overthinking pathway and strengthen the action habit. Let's talk about the pink elephant problem. Have you ever tried not to think about something, only to think about it more? Psychologists have proven that trying to suppress thoughts just makes them louder. The trick: replace, don't suppress. When unhelpful or anxious thoughts invade, switch to something vivid and absorbing. Picture your favorite animal, replay a memory you love, or focus on the texture of an object in your hand. Replace, don't resist, and the mental energy moves. Try a grounding exercise right now. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds, exhale for 4. Feel your feet on the floor, the chair below you. Bring your brain into your body. This practice, called mindfulness, shrinks the overthinking zone and boosts calm, according to brain scans. Sarah, a young professional who used to replay every conversation at work, learned simple mindfulness exercises in therapy. Now, when her thoughts start racing, she takes a few breaths and asks herself, what's actually happening right now? Within weeks, her anxiety and second-guessing shrunk dramatically. Physical action is a science-backed reset for the mind. When you're stuck in loops, move. Take a brisk walk. Do jumping jacks. Water your plants. Stretch. These activities break the circuit and send calming signals to both mind and body. Next time you're caught in a spiral, say, "I'm going to move my body for 5 minutes and see what changes." Small actions spark big shifts. Write your thoughts down. Don't just let them bounce inside your skull. The act of writing slows thinking to the speed of your pen, giving you clarity and control. Make it a brain dump. Pour out all worries onto paper. No judgment, no organization. Cognitive science shows that this practice makes worries more concrete, opens room for solutions, and reduces their emotional intensity. You can also use structured questioning. Is this worry true or just a story? Is it in my control? What's the most likely, not worst-case outcome? Ranking your fears by how likely they actually are often reveals they're negligible compared to the time spent replaying them. Sometimes we overthink because of a perfectionism trap, believing we can't make mistakes, that one error will ruin us. Remind yourself, learning comes from action, and the world rarely remembers or cares about your missteps as much as you do. That embarrassing gym class in high school, you remember it? Everyone else forgot by lunchtime. Try the live-in-the-moment hack. Do one small thing just for now. A sip of water, a glance at the sky, a single kind message. The more you train your brain to exist here and now, the less it loops in the past or future. See if you recognize this pattern. Someone gets stuck in the what-if loop for days. Meet Raj, an entrepreneur. Before every pitch, he'd overthink endlessly. What if I forget my lines, or they hate my idea? He decided to use cognitive restructuring, a proven technique in psychology. He challenged his worries. What evidence do I have that disaster is certain? He'd never actually frozen before. What could I do if something did go wrong? He wrote, answers. Breathe, joke, keep going. By confronting thoughts with evidence, Raj trained his mind out of the spiral. Let's borrow from improvisers and creative pros. Gamify your mind. Whenever unproductive thoughts arrive, play a mind game. Recite a tongue twister. Count objects of a certain color. Challenge yourself to find 10 things you're grateful for in your surroundings. This external focus yanks you out of mental mazes. Action breeds clarity. The next time you find yourself overthinking, do something. Make a tiny decision. Send the text, write the outline, ask the question. Even the smallest actions shift your mind from analysis to momentum. Clarity rarely precedes action. Often, it follows it. Another trick is to use thought stopping. When a thought spiral starts, say stop aloud or silently. Imagine hitting a big red mental button. Then shift to a new activity, a positive image, or a calming phrase. Set up routines and rituals, regular sleep, meals, exercise. And brain breaks limit the available space for overthinking to creep back in. Structured tames chaos, both in life and in your head. Limit screen time and notifications. News and endless scrolling are fuel for rumination. Replace evening screen time with a 5-minute reflection or a relaxing activity. Don't overlook the power of support. Whether it's a friend, family, or therapist, voicing your worries aloud instantly reduces their size. Others can challenge your thinking, offer outside perspective, and remind you the world is not zeroed in on your every flaw, except that you can't control or predict every outcome. Most worries are out of proportion to reality, and even the worst-case scenario is rarely as bad as your brain insists. The moment you truly accept what you can't control, your need to overthink melts. If you can change something, act. If not, practice letting go, breathe, move, trust. Try this technique tonight. Before bed, do an evening thought dump. Write every worry, regret, or to-do for tomorrow on a piece of paper. Close the book. Tell your brain, I've stored these, now I can rest. Like thousands in cognitive studies, you'll notice your sleep deepens and your nighttime looping thoughts quiet. If you need a jolt, use the 5-second rule. When a thought spiral begins, count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then get up and do anything different. Distract your senses, move, or swap to a value-centered activity. And more than anything, practice self-compassion. You are not your thoughts. You are the one seeing them. Each step out of overthinking is an act of courage, a promise to live your own life instead of surrendering it to imaginary critics. Look at real-world stories. Sarah beat workplace anxiety by catching herself in overthinking, grounding with mindfulness, and practicing imperfection. Raj overcame pitch panic by writing out rational responses and acting, despite feeling uncertain. Both found freedom not by perfecting their minds, but by lovingly and logically leading their brains out of the loop, one step at a time. So, when that next spiral begins, pause. Name it. Ground your body. Act. Write or reach out. Trade perfection for progress, silence for movement, analysis for action. Repeat kindly, patiently. Each time you break the circuit, your brain rewires a little stronger, a little freer. Remember, overthinking feeds on fear. Action and self-kindness starve it. You are not here to solve every problem before you start. You are here to risk, to act, to live. Your mind is powerful and beautiful, not your enemy. And every time you bravely step forward, even trembling, you teach your brain it's safe to let go and trust yourself. You are not your worries. You are the sun behind the clouds waiting to shine. Begin now. The world and your life are waiting on the other side of your next thought. You're ready. You're enough. And you are stronger than your overthinking. Always have been, always will be.